The Starcraft mini set has saved Hearthstone. Or did it really? We have a couple things to talk about. The mini set is live and it is actually making a somewhat impactful effect on the meta. So go ahead and like this video and subscribe to the YouTube channel because we need to talk about Terran Shaman because it is just kinda nuts. Pocket Train has hit rank 1 legend with his take on the deck that actually came from No Hands Gamer. Sorry, it's not his take, it's No Hands Gamer's list. And honestly, this deck has gone through a lot of refinement to where we're gonna be showing you 2 deck lists. One that I really like because it has new cards and one that is probably closer to the perfect 30 for the meta, but we'll get into the reasons why I don't like it. But Pocket Train, he can hit rank 1 legend with a wet paper bag, but this deck is absolutely insane to where Shaman is still doing very well in the meta right now, and I'm gonna be honest, if Dungar Druid was not the best deck in the game, yes, I'm just gonna go ahead and rip that band-aid off. It's still really good, it's still taking over. If this deck wasn't on top of the meta right now, then we would probably see either DK or Shaman on top right now because these decks have absolutely popped off, not just currently, but since the very first day of the mini set. People are really excited with these archetypes right now, to the point where if you look on HSReplay, you have, I don't know what this deck is, but Battlecry Shaman, I'm gonna have to maybe look at this later, this is probably just a blip in the data, but Dungar Druid is pretty much the best deck in the game. Once we look at all the websites, you will see that this is just an unobjectable fact. The data confirms it. It doesn't make me happy, but it's the truth, and I need to report the truth to you people.
Huh. What do you mean, you people?
What do you mean, you people?
Weapon Rogue is also coming back. Now you're starting to see that issue that I was alluding to at the beginning because, oh my god, I hate that this deck is coming back. But if you scroll down a little bit, we've got Grunter Hunter, Zarimi Priest, Secret Hunter, Handbuff Paladin, which actually might be some of the new Battlecruiser stuff, but it looks like it's actually not. It's just the Virtue deck. Oh boy. But then finally, after all of this stuff that we've been used to, Terran Shaman is finally rocking it as the first deck from the mini set to have the highest win rate at a 54%. And when you scrolled a little bit farther down, you finally see Zerg Death Knight at a 51%. But I'm gonna go ahead and give you my honest opinion. I think it's because a lot of people were messing with a lot of different decks and not all of them were optimized. But people found a really good version of this deck, and we will talk about how good this is in a future video. But then you have Zerg Warlock, Zerg Hunter, kind of confirming that Zerg might be the best faction in the game currently because it just has a direction. It goes face and it deals damage and it does it effectively. You scroll down a little bit farther, the newer decks really don't start to emerge until about tier 4, where you have a lot of other familiar faces, such as Terran Warrior, which is an all-in deck trying to make the Battlecruiser synergies work. I don't think it's that good. I think Hydration Warrior is probably the best warrior if you want that, but we'll talk about that in a future video. But I'm just going through to show you where the new decks are currently sitting. And then we have this issue with Protoss, which I thought was going to be the best faction in the game, by the way. Protoss Mage sitting at a 53%, Protoss Rogue at a 52%, Protoss Rogue at a 42%, and then Protoss Priest running the pack at a 41%. Like, these decks might need to be optimized a little bit because they're not the easiest to build, but these decks have a very linear direction and can be completely disrupted by a lot of game strategies. So yeah, Protoss ain't doing so hot right now, but Terran is absolutely killing it with this Shaman deck. And if we go into the data a little bit further, at top legend, it becomes the third, not only most powerful deck, but it's also extremely popular to where if you look on HS Guru, it is absolutely everywhere. Lots of Shamans that are running the Battlecruiser stuff. There's a Location Warlock, Hydration Warriors making a comeback, Discover Hunter still seeing play. A lot of experimentation is happening at the top ranks where people are trying to figure out the meta breakers. But if we actually look into the data itself, Dungar Druid, Elemental Mage, Battlecruiser Shaman sitting at the third most powerful deck, and also sitting as the most popular deck because it's got a lot of new cards, it feels really fun to play, and it's actually pretty good. So because of that, you have a lot of, decks that are popping up in order to beat it. We have Weapon Rogue that's coming up because it's just a budget deck and it usually takes advantage of unoptimized archetypes as people are trying to experiment on ladder. So this deck's numbers are probably going to go down, but it's really annoying to keep seeing this thing pop up time and time again. And then we have Swarm Shaman, which I'm only bringing attention to this to show you how everybody that was probably playing Swarm Shaman has just switched to Battlecruiser Shaman. And this is where I have to drop the bad news. Because now there are people that are actually starting to put the cards that I really don't like Bloodlust, and just, I really am getting sick of the Backstage Bouncer as well. Golganeth will always have a place in my heart, and Horn of the Windlord is also driving me crazy. So there's a lot of things to where, you know, we're putting in Grifta. I want to play Siege Tank. I want to play Ghost. I want to play, like, you know, these new cards that actually meaningfully make the game fun to me, and Shutterblock into Jim Raynor is probably one of the coolest things that you can do. So if you want to play the new cards, I would highly recommend playing this other deck versus playing this deck, but I'm going to give you the codes to both of them in the description below, but we're going to be primarily talking about the Rank 1 Legend Battlecruiser deck, because I'm sorry, it's just really, really fun. And so is this emote, okay? I knew it was there the entire time. You guys thought that it was there by mistake, but it was there to bait you into making a comment, because if you haven't made this far into the video, then that's a problem. But now, finally, let's talk about Battlecruiser Shaman. What's happening here? How do you win with the deck? And what exactly are the new cards that are actually good to play? This deck has one objective: tempo. That's all you care about. You just want to play cards, go face, force your opponent to deal with your threats as you just keep summoning more and more and more threats. So if we take a look at the new cards that are available, we have cards like Lock On, SCV, Missile Pod, Starport, Liftoff, Ghost, and Siege Tank. And then of course we've got the boy himself, Jim Raynor, which we are going to be talking a lot about in this video. I might over-explain a couple of things, but that's only because these cards are new, and I really want to sell you on why relaunching your Starships with Jim Raynor can actually be insanely good, as well as being a lot of fun. But before we get into that, you have to understand how these 2-1 minions work, the 2-1 Starship pieces, because there are 5 different pieces that are possible, so you have a 1 in 5 of rolling the following cards. You have Viking, which when it's launched, it gives you 7 armor. You have Liberator, which deals 2 damage to all enemies, which goes face, by the way. We have Raven, which gives you 3 bonus effects, which, if I remember correctly, there's either 8 or 9, because I think it's 9 because they add elusive to the bonus pool effect now. There is deal 5 damage to a random enemy, which has the potential of going face. And then you have Medevac, which when launched summons 2 2/2 Marines with taunt. So it gives you a little bit of extra board when you launch it. These cards are absolutely core to making the deck function, and the reason why is especially due to cards like Liberator. Dealing 2 damage to the board is absolutely massive in every single situation of the game, because as you're always dealing damage, you're removing the board and you're keeping your minions alive. This deck just does everything it can to be a mid-range deck that removes all threats from your opponents, so that way you stick your minions every single turn and you just always have a threat in order to go face with. It's the ultimate definition of a mid-range deck that is just building up the army and removing your opponent's army while keeping your soldiers safe and healthy. So because of these synergies, you have a bunch of ways of dealing damage, you have lots of ways of bursting combos, you have ways of bursting the board, and then you have ways of just making insane Starship, you know, just the 3 random bonus effects are not to be slept on. You can get like Wind Fury, Lifesteal, Rush, for example, which is just absolutely massive to bring you back from a dying circumstance. You have just Wind Fury in general, which if the Starship survives, you can pressure the face. Like, there's just a lot of creative ways that you can use these Starships, because you can wait until you make one really big ship, but that's not what you want to do. With this deck, you actually want to launch multiple different ships because of cards like Jim Raynor, because you can relaunch every single Starship that you've launched of this game. And I am going to be honest with you. There was a circumstance to where I actually launched my Missile Pod by itself. Now, granted, you do have cards like SCV and Lock On that do reduce the cost of launching the ship, but it actually can feel good to literally just launch a 1/3 by itself, because you just need the ability of dealing 1 damage to all enemies. Because you know that you have the security of Jim Raynor bringing back the ships, You're perfectly fine with building 2 medium-sized starships that were good in the moment when you launched them versus just trying to wait until the very end and then launch the ship when it can maybe kill the opponent. And you're incentivized to do this consistently because it doesn't have these very big burst combos unless you have a lot of synergies going on. This deck is very much in the moment, and I have plenty of gameplay coming up that'll show you when exactly you should launch the ship, when you should go for some of these other synergies, because when you launch the ship, you also have a card called Siege Tank, which can deal 10 damage to a random enemy, and then if you transformed it this game, that excess damage goes to the face. No, it doesn't work with Shutter Block. Don't try it. You'll deal 10 damage to 3 minions if you need that for removal, but the excess damage will not go face. Remember, Shutter Block is intentionally designed this way. But one synergy that's very good and does a lot of damage is Lock On into Siege Tank in order to help you launch your second Star Cruiser. So it's just one of those things to where this deck has a lot of steps to it. It seems complicated when I explain it like this, but the easiest way to explain it is to do the following. You want to mulligan for your SCV. You will keep Trusty Companion only if you have a 1-drop like SCV or your Murloc Growfin. Other than that, you want to keep your Starship pieces like Missile Pod, Starport, and Liftoff, because Liftoff is just a really good card in order to help you, cycle through the deck. Card draw is kind of the weakness of this deck, and this is just one of those cards to where if you have it in your mulligan, I don't like the idea of throwing it away. Another card that you could debatably keep is your Backstage Bouncer if you have coin plus like 1-drops and like Pop-Up Book. And if you want to keep Pop-Up Book, it depends on the matchup. I don't like the idea of just jamming this on turn 1. I like the idea of using this to like remove a minion and then protect the board that I've built up. So keeping it on turn 1 can only really feel useful if you're going to keep Trusty Companion, because the only beast in the deck is Backstage Bouncer. And that's just kind of how deep this deck goes, is that's one synergy that's very important to note. You have Trusty Companion that also can draw mechs from the deck because Missile Pod is a mech. So if you play Starport on turn 1 with the coin, you could technically wait a turn before you play the 2-1, and then on turn 2 you could play the 2-1. Tap the location, play the 2-1, and then play the Trusty Companion in order to draw a mech from the deck, which will either be the Siege Tank or the Missile Pod, or the SCV. So there's just a lot that's available in this deck. There's a lot of synergies, but the best thing to do is to play Shutter Block into Jim Raynor, for the simple fact that if you launch 2 starships, or if you launch 2 battlecruisers, it launches a total of 6 of them. So if you have like a Divine Shield, Lifesteal Taunt minion that you got because the 3 bonus effects were really good, or if you happen to get 6 bonus effects, you get all of those stats, all of those abilities onto those starships, and it's just probably the coolest thing that I've done. I gotta give a spoiler, it didn't happen in the game clips ahead, but in a future video that'll show an even cooler Starship Shaman deck, you'll see what this archetype is really capable of. Because what if I told you there was a control deck that was possible? We'll get to that in a future video. There's a lot of content I have planned, but just know that this archetype is not only extremely fun, it's extremely powerful. And don't forget, if you do enjoy this kind of content, feel free to like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and check out the Patreon if you want to support the content directly. So thank you so much for making it through a pretty long deck intro this time. This deck's got a lot going for it, but trust me, it's a lot of fun. Thank you so much for making it to the end of this video, and we'll see you for the next one. Yeah, dude, remember when I said that Zerg was bad? I still think it is bad, by the way. Social Warrior, I can't seem to make a deck above 50% win rate with the new cards. The only way to play the new cards is just to put it into the Infinite Hydration Warrior. I think Warrior's at a bad spot right now, personally. You only say that because Warlock is bad? No, I'm saying that as someone who plays Wheel Warlock, and it feels like every single time I lose with a deck, it's because something random happened. Like, Wheel Warlock is it's the most feast or famine deck possible. It's really hard to come back from an unwinnable game with Wheel Warlock. Now, granted, I feel like I wasn't playing it cleanly. So that's also part of it. So bonus effects. Next turn, I can get 2 more pieces. Zerg DK, it has Death Rattles. That is on the list. It is on the list. That is something I will plan on playing. But this Shaman deck, man, I'm actually having fun with this Shaman deck. Is there a Battlecruiser Paladin that's actually doing well? Because it looks like it's just aggro paladin with starship pieces.
Ready to plunder.
Ready for dust off.
Alright, I don't want to use lock-in. Do you read YouTube chat? Because I'm not going to lie, I prefer YouTube and I want to be able to interact with you. I am reacting to YouTube. I have this chat right here. I have everyone in the same chat now. Yesterday I did not have that. But now I do. So it's whatever you want to do. If you want my honest opinion, I prefer Twitch chat over YouTube chat any day of the week. It just feels more, it just feels like it has an actual culture to it a little bit more than others. Holy, what? 3 points? YouTube peeps is more toxic? I mean, I don't know enough about YouTube in order to make that assumption. Like, I have to launch the ship because there's nothing else I can do. I'm like actually so upset about this. Wind Fear or Rush Divine Shield would have been the best. Instead I got Taunt, Elusive, and Poisonous. Oh my lord.
Eyes on the horizon.
YouTube chatters keep being the most shitty backseaters to Rarin and Raffle. It's incredible. Dude, that's just Rarin and Raffle's chat in general. Are you kidding me? Raffle has always had the don't backseat me rule, and then people backseat him, and then they get banned. Like, that's always existed.
Bring it.
What's this? Someone in chat thinks that they're better than the streamer and will backseat every single one of their plays, and that's just another day ending in Y. Alright, assimilating blight kind of going hard here, not gonna lie.
The citadel stands strong.
But I got my 5/6s. We live in a world where Death Growl is an actual Hearthstone card. It's unbelievable, isn't it? Like, Death Growl has always been like, you know, it's a fun card, it has its moments, but it's never actually been meta impactful. Now it actually might be somewhat meta impactful. What's funny is seeing the backseating in chat at Worlds or MTs. That always happens, dude. Because everyone always thinks that they're... This is like literally what Raynad preached for the longest time, is that the reason why Hearthstone is so successful is because Hearthstone is easy and everyone thinks they can play Hearthstone better than everyone else. Just think about all the times where I've, you know, confidently asserted my opinion. I'm doing that because I'm like, yeah, bro, I know what I'm doing. What, you don't know what you're doing? I can't believe that. Hey, this guy doesn't know what he's doing. Everyone thinks that they're a god at this game because of how easy it is. Blizzard really, you know, really won in that department. Okay, I'm going to hope that this kills the 1/4. I don't really have a choice. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. My opponent main decking Worm? No, they got it from assimilating Blight. Okay, I can kill one of these minions, but not both of them. Not gonna lie, man, my lack of card draw is really hurting right now. Man, when you're good, you're good. My Twitch chat is bugged. I don't know how to fix it. Tried so many times on my interface. It's like so small. Wait, what do you mean? Like on the screen? Like putting chat on the screen? Or you just mean like the chat engine? Zerg Hero Power is just fucking cracked. Yeah, I mean, we need more ways of playing aggressively. Not necessarily like winning by turn 6, mind you. I do not want more of that. Okay, we lock it in, boys. Lock and load. I could just summon more big, beefy minions. However... Oh, wait a minute, that's right. Dude, like, that, I feel like that shouldn't work. If it says set, It should work like that. Like that, this ability should override whatever this does. Oh my lord. Okay, that's a problem actually. Now I just have to play this now. Yeah, dude, the aura overrides. I feel like that shouldn't happen. Like, cause if the aura happen, like it's an ability where the ability happened, and then that's it. And if I set something's HP to 1, I feel like that shouldn't work. It's kind of like the same thing with the horned weapon, you know? Like, regardless of how it's actually supposed to be or not supposed to be, it just doesn't feel right to see the word set not actually set the minion's health to 1. Because, like, the death rattle already triggered, you know what I mean? It feels like it's still triggering afterwards. Like, it's a death rattle, not necessarily an aura, but it adds, like, an aura. But it does set? No, it doesn't. It sets to the number and then adds the 3. But this, what I'm saying is it feels like the set should override it. But that doesn't happen. And this actually directly counters my deck if you think about it, because I could have a theoretical lethal here. I could pop him up, I could pop book him, put him at 9, set a minion to 1, hope that this wins the game. But now I literally can't rely on that. Because all of his minions have, I think, like plus, yeah, they have +3.
For my glory.
Maybe there is still a lethal here. Oh. Bro, there's a lethal here. There's actually a super good chance for lethal here, dude. For the love of God, do not miss. Easy peasy, bro. I don't need it to set to HP. I'm just too good. All right, there we go. On to the next one. Yeah, nerf the totem won the game, dude. Ghost only does anything against green. And dude, even against green decks, like, all you need to do to play around Ghost is to have a 1-drop in your hand. You know what I mean? Like, it is such an easy card to play around. Ghost really only screws you when both players have minimal cards in their hand. Also, this is hilarious. This curve actually just wins. So Rar did the thing with Shutter Block plus Ghost, but it takes too much time to set up. Yeah, it takes way too much time to set up. It does happen. It does work. It can win games. But I'm telling you right now, man, it is a card that I would usually be mad about that card beating me more often, right? It doesn't do that. Zerg sing-along buddy OTK deck. I have not. I'm assuming you're talking about a DK deck. Here's one question that I have. The DK still goes to a 2-mana hero power, right? There's no way that DK still keeps the 1 hero power, right? That would be insanely good. Also, all these 1/1s, man.
In the rear with the gear.
In the rear with the gear, with your mom in first gear. Ha ha ha. Can I rank Protoss, Terrans, and Zergs? I believe it's Zerg, Terrans, Protoss. I mean, currently, that's what it kind of is. I would argue the Shaman deck is better than any Zerg deck, personally. But it's all... Holy fuck!
In my name.
Dude, it's a good thing I can launch the ship. Oh my god, he went all in. I can't believe I'm literally just launching this for the battle cry.
Engine screaming.
Deal 5 damage, okay. This maybe wasn't the play, but I feel like I'm just gonna play Ghost at this point. Oh, hiyo, Bob. What's up, boy? Oh, you're hungry now, aren't you? Oh my lord. He just summoned a 3/3 for me. Black screen. Yeah, no black screen. Let's go. That was only on the vertical stream, not the horizontal stream. Best straw I got, by the way. Actually, I think I should do this and just say screw your card. Worm out of here. You have no card draw. Now Ghost actually came in clutch. But yeah, there are apparently 2 YouTube streams, and I didn't realize that. There's a vertical stream and a horizontal stream. One for your phone and one for normal people.
Ready to bust.
Alright, we are most certainly getting there now. Actually, I should have done this to the Ghost, but I like the idea of drawing the mech. I hate that they pre-nerfed Grunty to not have Cookie in it. What? They took out Cookie from Grunty? What's even the point of playing Grunty now? Like, actually, what's the point?
They die.
Wait a minute. This is not lethal, but it is close.
Weapons fried. In the rear with the gear.
I will hold on to this. I don't think I really care about the taunts. Play Grunty to show off your money with a diamond one. Yeah, but like, what's even the point, man? Like, Grunty is just such a specifically, like, it's so bad. It's an 8 mana, 2/4, I think. Like, the card is just like so specific. And the fact that it's an 8 mana card that can summon 1/1s, like, holy hell, that's a low roll. I went hard on Grunty's animation. Grunty is worse than Marut. Let's think about that. That is true. That actually is truth. He ain't lying. So this deals 5 damage. I'm gonna launch the ship, and I'm gonna hope that it kills this, and if it doesn't, then we have this to kill it. But then again, this could give his minions +1/+1. I should just trade this one. Right in the kisser. Pow, right in the kisser.
Let's have some fun.
Am I losing this game because I played the Ghost too soon? I feel like that's what's happening right now. What is Marut? Marut was the Highlander card with elementals. It was so bad. It was, if your deck had no duplicates, you discover 3 elementals, choose 1, just automatically summon. Okay, dude, he's actually coming back. Wait, hold on. This hero power has to high roll. It needs to kill these 2 minions. Immediately? Immediately! Just kills the... He didn't even make the... Oh! Mama! Oh, Golganeth never let me down! Oh, he never lets me down! Oh, Golganeth, I'm gonna miss you when you rotate. Oh, now that was a top deck. Oh, I love how this deck always just has enough, dude.
Do you feel the storm coming?
Do you feel the storm coming? Do you feel the storm coming? Yo, what's going on, Glide? Good to see you, man. I'm doing pretty good. Hearthstone actually feels fun to play right now.
In the rear with the gear.
I hate all the Titans equally. Well, Golganeth is an exception.
In the rear.
Golganeth is the perfect Titan. He's actually perfectly balanced.
What? You run out of ring?
Going first, OP. Let's hope I get pop-up book from the Cactus Cutter. Maximum value for the bouncer.
Liberation.
Golganeth is too much? How is he too much? Golganeth is, like, if anything, ENR is too much, if you want my honest opinion. ENR is way too much. It's a good card, and I love playing ENR, but it's too much. Golganeth is like that perfect strike of it's good, but it, like, Golganeth mostly wins games because it destroys board and heals you. You know what I mean? And that is a perfectly acceptable, in my opinion, a perfectly acceptable way to lose the game. Where your opponent plays, you know, the card that they like. It's kind of like Dreadlich Tamsin on 6, for example. Like, oh man, when you played that card on 6, it always felt good. But like, you still needed to do the rest of your game plan in order to win the game. But that card bought you so much time. I love cards like Golganeth where I can bide for time. It doesn't feel that great, but I established board dominance, and then next turn, we've got the second mech into the second bouncer, so we just have the board now. Trying DK right now, and damn, I enjoy it. Dude, everyone is playing DK right now.
Ready for dust off.
I actually think it should be the next video that I post about, even though this Shaman deck probably technically better. What did he get rid of? He got rid of Lock On? Okay, I can live without that. The draw might be a little bit more important. I highly doubt he's gonna play another Ghost.
In the rear with the gear.
But I'm just gonna go ahead and do this because I like the idea of putting myself farther ahead. Have I played much Bazaar? I'm not gonna lie, dude. Bazaar is just a game where it's like the more I play it, the more frustrated I get. I need to like really study that kind of game. And it's the kind of game where it's like I need to go outside of the game in order to learn it. So because of that, I'm not really that interested in playing Bazaar because I have Marvel Rivals, I have Hearthstone, and I have Balatro. That's like the games that I can stream. Unfortunately, the Bazaar is just one of those games where like I have to do so much reading and catching up on that game and just like understanding things where it's just like I just don't want to do the homework, you know what I mean? It feels like a homework assignment instead of a video game. It has cool moments. I think the game is fine. I don't have any problem with it. But I would just rather play like Marvel Rivals, for example.
Liberation is
It deals 2 damage and then 1 damage, so it deals 3. Which means if I let these minions live, then he's able to clear my entire board. I can't let that happen. I need to play Protoss cards for the quest. And apparently Protoss Rogue is probably a meme. But there's a list that Insane was playing. I want to see what list he was playing. Because if he's playing Protoss Priest, holy crap. There's got to be a list where he didn't immediately vomit where he looked at it. Okay, bro, I had all the tempo. Why am I losing? I didn't have my Starship pieces, that's why. Wait, hold on a minute. This deals 3 damage. Wait a minute, this is just the play. Oh my god, I high roll. Because now I can trade here. Or actually, no, I do this and then play this. Because now he's at 3, I play Jim, the game is over. He just needs to not heal. Yo, the Saya Sauce coming in with the 4 months. Good to have you here, man. Thanks for that support. Welcome to the Horde.
Ready for
Hope you're doing all right. Thank you for that support.
Breathing online.
Okay, bro, I win with the gym. Win with the gym. It is over, buddy. It's like actually Giga GG. Go ahead, clear my board. I actually want you to clear my board. I want to play the gym and win the game before you concede. Oh, he played taunts. Ah. He played some taunt minions. Well, guess what? Brrr. Starships go brrr. Wipe out the whole board while I'm at it. Now that's what I call gaming. All right. Now I need a shutter block gym play. Okay, you guys actually want to see an insane start to the game? So here's what we do. We coin out the starport, we don't proc it, and then turn 2 we proc it into play Trusty Companion. And then we have this for more card draw. It's actually genius. The priest that summons the 2/2 Protoss and then drop the big ass one? Yes. Apparently people are playing that deck. Ooh, I could just jam a 1/3. But I could jam the 1/3 later. This is just such a perfect start, dude, like seriously.
One dose solves any problem.
I'm starting to wonder if this was just better, but I still like this better. So it's 2/2s. Okay, a rogue playing Miracle Salesman. You could rush control decks with 1-drops. I killed a control warrior by turn 7 with charged zealots. What? You rushing them with the brain masseuse? I don't know. So we got the curve.
Strap in.
We got the gym, but we don't really have good payoff. Oh wait, hold on, this is a really good payoff. More Banshees from Halo, please. Okay, so he's just drawing cards.
Battlecruiser operation.
We've got this and this. We've got pod into SVC. Or SCV. Okay, what does SCV stand for, by the way? Does anybody know the answer to that?
In the rear with the gear.
In the rear with the gear.
Ready to plunder.
7 armor. Super cool, very according to the flavor text. Disappointed in Starship Warlock. This mini set gave it 0 support. Yeah, they didn't really support Warlock that way. They gave it locations and gave it very specific ways of being played. Like, the problem with Warlock right now is kind of the problem with most Yu-Gi-Oh decks. Where it's like, you can't run an archetype in Yu-Gi-Oh without like running like all of the cards, for example. You know what I mean? And they just have such specific effects that tutor very specific interactions. And if that is not good, then that archetype is just
Annihilation.
standard construction vehicle, maybe? What you mean? Ghost. Ghost into launch the ship. Lets my my siege tanks get some value as well. Kind of have to.
Ghost reporting.
Get him. Getting rid of a shadow step. That's always nice.
Operation.
From what I hear, people want that. People really don't like that card.
Battlecruiser operation.
Never been this back. Yo, Tic Tac. I love it when Tic Tac doesn't talk to me in months, and then after months of not talking to me, just drops a deck code. He is so back, bro. Oh, you're playing Shaman too? So what do we got here? Oh, you're playing Armor Shaman? Armor Shaman? And then you have Jim Raynor in order to get a bunch of armor on top of it? Okay, hold on. And we have the Zola Photograph in order to go Infinite. Infinite Shaman in the house, boys. Infinite Shaman has never been more back. Oh god, I missed! Oh god, I missed. There's no way I'm dead here, right? Holy hell. Oh my god. So I take 6, go to 11. He's literally got 10 on the field. Oh my god. Is there a way that I can actually win this game? I could Cactus Cutter, get lock on. That's 1 mana off from working with the tank. Dude, I can't believe it. I missed a 50-50 and I'm about to lose because of it. Holy hell.
Battlecruiser operation.
I just should have played the Horde and cleared, man. It just would have been the safer line. Floxy just putting in the deck code, going in between YouTube and Twitch. Another Protoss Priest? Is this the deck that people are playing?
Solves any problem.
Spellstone to bring back Mothership, holy crap. This actually looks giga fun. It's kind of crazy how the Priest decks look really fun. Okay, alright, I can win. 75% chance to win the game. 75 chance to win the game. If I get lock on, it's guaranteed. Well, yeah, look at that, Oh, we always just have enough. Maybe should have played the weapon instead earlier, but I won the game, so I made all the correct decisions. I made all the correct decisions, bro.
The time for dreaming is over.
Ghost is better than Mutanus. I disagree with that, actually. Because here's the thing. Ghost will always snipe the same card, right? Mutanus had a better high roll potential. And that's what made Mutanus into an insane card. Like, it had the potential of automatically winning on the spot, and it wasn't dependent on the mana cost. It was dependent on how many minions you had, you know? Like, I would not say that Ghost is better than Mutanus. And if you're gonna be like, well, Shutter Block exists, well, imagine Shutter Block into Mutanus. Also, Mutanus itself would become like a big bomb. Like, you hit an 8-8, then suddenly the minions are 12-12. I don't think that is comparable, personally.
Engine screaming.
Alright, so we're doing this first, because we don't really care about the 1 damage right now. Mutanus would have been, yeah, exactly, would have been like a 20-20. So answer or lose, exactly. Butan has had so many better high roll moments than Ghost. Ghost will always like snipe like a coin, for example. If your opponent has a coin in your hand and you want to get rid of it, then go for it. But this set almost added nothing for my content. For bombastic OTKs, I'm not surprised, honestly. I mean, they're literally trying to slow down the game in their own words. Like, the only thing goofy that you can really do right now. Fuck, man, I don't even have any ideas. It feels so much better just to sit down and play Hearthstone. Zerg, OTK, I guess. That's pretty much about it. Colossus really isn't that impressive, though. Like, Ulticon has, like, some massive setups for his combo.
How does he do it?
And there just isn't a lot of, like, massive
The best Hearthstone player that ever
right
lived.
Lock on? Sure. Go ahead and do this to get the operation going. There's Archon? Yeah, there's Archon. That's about it. No, there's the Zerg OTK. There's ways of doing Zerg stuff. There will be Groovy Cat synergies here pretty soon, but they have to get that patch notes. They have to get that patch in. There will be stuff to do. But again, like this expansion was made with the idea of being more tempo based, being more focused on playing minions, so it makes sense that there's not a lot of bombastic combos. Made 4 on turn 6? How? Do you need Scoundrel? Probably need Scoundrel, right? 1 mana Scoundrel into 1 mana Sonya to Shadow Step the Fang. Would have already had to discount it to 4 mana with like Blink. So then you can play it for 1 mana. Yeah, I guess it's technically possible on turn 6, but you need like literally all the cards. All right, we're gonna snipe his hand away. By the way, we're like actually gonna snipe his hand away. Oh, the triple ghost coming in, dude. Can you OTK with the Warlock location somehow? I mean, you could set up an OTK with it. But if you're talking about the 8/8 one. Dude, his hand is gone. His hand is gone. His hand is destroyed. Zap. Saloon Brewmaster. So what? Is Brewmaster has bounced the Xenolots? I don't know! I think it's in there to bounce the Colossus. I think that's what's going on here. But his hand was just like so bad. So Tice made this deck? This is a Tice deck? Oh my god, no!
Ghost reporting.
Oh no! Oh my god! This is bullying! This is why people hate Ghosts! I guess Brewmaster also works with Sleet Skater too. But oh man, dude. We just dumpstered him here. Just absolutely dumpstered him. Oh lordy lord. I feel so bad. But even if I didn't play Ghost, he wasn't winning this game. That's the funny thing. Like, Ghost just showed us what was there, so we know for sure what would have happened. Oh my god, man. Like, I'm sorry, he was losing every time there. Get back to work! No! I don't want to work anymore. I'm tired. I guess I'm just gonna keep all of this because it draws, potentially. The one thing that kind of sucks though, Ulticon, is that I do agree with you. Like, it sucks that you don't have stuff to combo with, but in this expansion, they really tried to tone down the combo. And they're just tired. People are quote-unquote tired of combo decks, right? Isn't that what I always hear? I still don't understand what Demon Hunter's supposed to do with the Protoss. Oh, with the Imposters? It's just supposed to play them for board. That's it, but it's not good.
Get back to work.
No! No, I don't want to get back to work. Damn, it's actually really freaking annoying, dude. Oh, mommy. Love to see it. Goodbye. Not letting that nonsense happen. I don't think I want to play the pop-up though, because it doesn't really seem worth it. Could someone explain or give advice to what deck to build this new Starcraft set with Swarm Shaman? Don't play Swarm Shaman, play this deck. This deck is pretty much Swarm Shaman, but cooler and better, in my opinion. You get to play Starship cards instead of playing Bloodlust. Doesn't that sound grand? Doesn't that just sound like a jolly old good time? But I'm doing pretty good. I mean, I'm enjoying Hearthstone again, man. It feels good to actually want to log into the game. I'm trying to get a lift off. Go, gimme. We got the Jimbo, but we need more pieces. I'm all for it if the cards still do something good. Yeah, I would say they're doing something good. Oh my god, they're actually getting the value from the Spine Crawler. Damn, man. Like, this is kind of hard for me to chew through. My Viber today, drawing Ceaseless with the Priest and an OTK me with Zetalot Vol'jin Replicate. I mean, GG as they say, right? Kind of annoying how this thing is just getting a bunch of value, but it is what it is. You're laughing that man got OTK because of his play, and you're laughing? Of course I'm laughing, because you played the Dirty Rat and you didn't have the answer for it. It's a tale as old as time, a song as old as rhyme, you know? You played Dirty Rat and you didn't have an answer. Hold on. So, you played Dirty Rat without an answer.
So, you got detention.
In today's video, we're gonna talk about why you don't do that. So you played Dirty Rat without an answer. Oh, hey, would you look at that? Hold on. So you played Dirty Rat without an answer. Oh my god, the timing. The timing literally couldn't be more perfect. Oh yeah, comedy. Comedy is all about the timing, ladies and gentlemen.